Alright, what is up YouTube? This is Ayush Sharma, and in this video we are going to talk about Bhuwan Chauhan and Manoj Patil. As we know that these two are the top men's physique athletes from India. Bhuwan Chauhan revealed that he is going to do a Toronto Pro Show in June, and Manoj Patil said that he is going to join him in that show. So personally, I am super excited to see these two Indian athletes competing at the same stage. I would love to hear what you guys think of Bhuwan Chauhan versus Manoj Patil. So let's watch this entire video of Bhuwan Chauhan and Manoj Patil.
We had a really good talk on here the other night, and we were just talking about the upcoming guys coming out of India and all the talent that they have over there. And it was an interesting question asked of who's the top men's physique guy out of India.
Mm-hmm.
We had lots of different names get brought up, a lot of different opinions. People in the chat were really engaged. They were all giving their opinions. It's an interesting topic, man. You
That's
guys,
interesting.
there's not a lot of.
I think it's an interesting topic. I think it's a very easy answer. I usually
Very-
stay quiet on this topic, but let's talk about it. There's only one answer. There is no interesting topic on this. There's one guy
Hey.
has been the best and will always be the best.
Oh, well, to be fair, what some of these guys have said is this. They haven't had the shows over in India and the opportunities to step on the pro stages.
Who stopped them? This shows in Asia. This shows in Thailand. This shows Ryan has guys competing in Thailand, in China, and he's been to China. Come on, like this shows everywhere. The flights to China is $300. There was just a show in Asia just like, a couple of weeks ago? So what's stopping them? Why do you want to compete in US and Canada? And if you want to compete in US and Canada, come get some.
All right. Manoj, my man.
But there's a different thing, that's a called mentality. Bhuwan is like very mature guy, and he think and work like a work ethics. So for him, it's like very easy. But staying in India and traveling, the visa problem, ye problem, mo problem, COVID. For last 2 years, I'm trying. Like 2020, May I was trying for New York Pro. After that, this year also for 2021, I was trying for Texas Pro. But both the time, COVID happened and everything is shut. Like no visa, nothing, no flight. So there are so many problems.
So what you're saying is being in India. Bhuwan, you're not in India, by the way. Let me make sure everyone knows that you're in Canada. So you're not actually having to travel out of India. These guys are saying that they've been having trouble trying to get out of India to get to these shows in other countries.
Yeah, but the thing is, you didn't plan it well ahead in advance. This visas are for 5 and 10 years. You could have applied for visa in 2016 and 17. Why are you waiting for so long? And you just need a tourist visa. I know the rules. Trust me. Like my girlfriend just tried to come. Yeah, I know the rules. Like I have clients all over the world as well. Ryan has all over the world. Those guys are everywhere. Like you want to go from India to China, it's pretty easy. Like apart from COVID, you want to go to Thailand, you don't even need a visa. There was a Thailand Pro Show, and there's a Kuwait Pro Show in January. What's stopping these guys? There's a Kuwait Pro Show.
Bhuwan. Actually, China, whenever I choose a show, just because of COVID.
It's because
Otherwise,
because you're only focusing on US shows. Obviously, US gonna ban India, and Canada has banned India until September. Everybody knew that's gonna happen. But
China as well, bro. China as well ban Indians. And Thailand show didn't happen last year.
No, but I'm talking about right.
Let's make this simple. Look, I'll sponsor whoever is the #1 contender to compete against Bhuwan to get to the show, so we can hand them their ass and send them back.
Well, listen. Right now, I think that
it meant 4 pro shows next year before I even go to Olympia.
Hey, Bhuwan.
I'm going to announce all the shows here because that's something me and Ryan have talked about, but I'm going to tell you one show that I'm doing, which is the easiest show for you to come in. Any Indian who's watching it right now, I'm doing Toronto Pro Show 2022 in Canada. Easiest visa to get, easiest show to come to. It's a 14-hour flight from Delhi to Toronto. I'm going to be there. Whoever wants to come compete against me, come on that stage and let's get it.
Okay, so what
When,
is the
bro,
date
when?
for what is the date for that show?
That is on June. I believe it's June 7th or June 2nd.
So June 2nd, in June, you said any guy from
Visas for Canada are open from October. Ryan doesn't need to sponsor anybody either. I will personally give a letter of invitation. I gave it to Manoj in 2018, a letter of invitation to come
Yes,
to
yes.
Canada. I'll personally give a letter of invitation. I'm competing in June in Toronto Pro Show. Come and get some.
Hey, well
Sure.
listen,
I'll
I don't
definitely,
think there's any I don't think there's
I'll
any
definitely come, bro. Definitely, I'll come. Let's go.
he'll
Sure.
come. He said he'll
Let's do
come.
it together,
So
man. Let's
listen,
do it
Do
together.
I
it.
don't I don't think there's any denying this
I want
fact.
you guys to come. I want every Indian, every person from India to come to that show and compete against me.
Buwan, let me ask you this question. I don't think that there's anyone that's denying that you're the most decorated, the most successful men's physique pro. But the question is, my question to you is, do you think that any of these guys could stand next to you and have the physique to beat you?
My thing is, until you get on a pro stage, you don't know what you look like against the top pros. I feel like
Exactly.
about 15 pro shows so far, competing against every single Olympian. Not a single Olympian I haven't competed with, or most of them I've actually beaten. So what I'm trying to say here is, like, until you get on the pro stage, you don't know what you're. It's very easy to go at an amateur show against 800 amateur guys and think that you have what it takes to be at the Olympia stage. But when you stand next to these guys, and I have been there myself, I've placed all the way from first to all the way to 13th. I've placed everywhere in between, right? And I know that it's very different when you're on stage with these people, and it takes it. You start at the bottom. So when people and when athletes think that right off the bat they can go to the Olympia in the first or second show, I want them to show it and prove it. Because from my point of view, that is not possible. Unless you're Eric Banks. Even Eric Banks couldn't win his first show until he went to the Olympia. So he had to go through the whole system. There is a way of making.
Exactly.
So none of these guys have the experience to get on the pro stage. So it's not that I'm not saying that I'm the best and I will like, oh, like these guys have to come beat me and this and that. My point of view is like, get on a pro stage, see where you stand, and then talk.
Right. Right.
And if the question is just me versus them, if this is what's the whole hype is around, if it's like, oh, like I can beat Bhuwan because he doesn't have this, he has this, I have better chest, I have better back, well, then come against me. All the other Olympians have
No.
than me
Bro,
too. That
we're all Indians, we're all Indian athletes. Respect from heart. Don't worry. Don't think like that. You know, कि हम athlete like where athletes think bad about you because you are competing in Olympia. We're really proud of you. I'm saying bottom of my heart. You know, we respect you a lot because and you are a three-time Olympian. You learn so many things over there in USA or Canada. Whatever you learn, and you know, we're just trying to keep in myself, you know. So I try my best to do best thing like you are doing. Yeah. So don't think like that.
Manoj, you said you have better chest than me and you are wider than me. I think that's what you said.
Nah,
Um,
minute.
Ben,
I said my about
there's
myself.
a lot of stuff here that people are saying they have better one body part, another body part. So you would
Nine.
know that, Ben.
What?
I didn't do your interviews as well as you do the interviews, right, Ben?
No,
So,
no, bro. I said कि my chest and my shoulder is my chest, shoulder, and my back is my plus point. And arm, I said arm. I said tricep, bicep a little weak, but he's working on it, and definitely day by day he's growing. I said like that, man.
hey, you know what, fellas? It's like this. This is bodybuilding. We can't be sensitive in bodybuilding, so it's like this. It's a subjective sport, but it's also you're being judged against another man. Manoj, you don't have to back down. If you feel like you have a better body and a better physique than Bhuwan, then fucking say it. Bhuwan's right there. If you feel like your physique is better than his, tell him I feel like my physique is better. And then you go out on stage and you prove it.
Right.
Yep. Look,
now I have the better structure, and men's physique is about structure. It's overall. I have a smaller waist. I have wider shoulders. I may not have the best chest, but this is not the game of best chest. It's about a flow of physique. And a flow of physique, I would say right here, I have a better flow of physique.
Hey Manoj, can you show everyone what you look like? Because some people may not be familiar with you. Can you show them what your physique look like? Can you show the picture
Yeah, I'll show you the picture.
from your competition? Show a
Yeah,
picture.
one second.
So he hasn't been on stage since 2019, guys. So he'll show a picture of when he won amateur Olympia in India.
I'll show you one second. Let's post
I
it.
mean, you've been putting in work. You look good. I said that when I seen the guy. I said, okay, he looks good. Like absolutely. I want to see what he looks like standing next to other pros. The same thing that you said, Bhuwan.
What I
I
said.
think
Exactly. I didn't say bad word, bro.
Anybody until they start comparing to me, but I've always said the same thing. I was like, get on the pro stage, get against the guys. Not me. I mean, I can be up there, but just get on a pro stage to get against these guys. I would want Ryan to say something here because he coaches amateurs, he coaches pros, he coaches Olympians, he coaches us too, me and you both. So
Absolutely.
he would be a better judge to say this, that when an amateur turns pro and the journey from the pro to the Olympian.
Look, I have athletes all over the world. I got a lot of athletes in India. The talent in India is definitely picking up in the last several years. I think a big reason for that is because of Bhuwan's presence in the IFBB has shown a lot of the Indian athletes that it's possible to come to the United States to compete and to qualify for the Olympia. Because prior to this, there's never been another Indian athlete at the Olympia.
Right.
So, he has been the trendsetter and been the person who's made it possible for a lot of these guys to have the dream to do what Bhuwan's doing. So that being said, I do think that Bhuwan is about 5 years ahead of everybody.
Exactly. That's the main thing. Bhuwan is very experienced guy because
You
he
know,
did a lot of shows. So
he's
obviously
competed. He knows
experienced.
what it takes. There's a lot of aspects to competing, more than just dieting down and getting on stage for the first time. And you know what happens with the nerves and all these other things of knowing how to handle getting ready to compete on the big level, like at a pro stage, trying to get, especially at the Olympia, right? We know a lot of guys crumble once they're trying to get ready for that first Olympia. Pressure hits and they start falling apart. Knowing how to strategize your season, knowing your body. Bhuwan's been competing so much longer. He knows his body. He knows the timing. We've had years of being able to know what successful preps were, where we made failures. And so now we've ironed out all those things, right? So we have a game plan going into a pro show, knowing how we need to look next to these guys, right?